Is there any way you could pull up your phone, check your DMs right now and see if you got any hot tips?
Let's see. I mean, as of right now, a fan is telling me that supposedly Larray cheated on somebody. Lil Yachty mentioned Bryce Hall in his new song.
Well, hey there, welcome back to my YouTube page. If we haven't met just yet, my name is Alyssa Heron, and if you like what you see today, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below. Today we have a very special guest. If you got sucked into TikTok during quarantine, like I did, I mean, who didn't, right? If you didn't, round of applause to you, because it can be dangerous. And if you did get sucked into TikTok, you probably followed the Hollywood Fix right here on YouTube, and you've probably heard of that man behind the camera. Hello, Fletcher.
Hey.
And he's always the one asking all of these rising stars the questions. So I thought, why not check in with him and ask him a few questions and learn about Fletcher, the man himself, because hey, us fans want to know, right? So we're gonna get him up here on Zoom, give him a call, and see what we can learn about him. Oh, there he is. Hey there.
Thanks for having me on.
You know, your YouTube page, The Hollywood Fix, has more than 1.7 million subscribers now, right?
Yes.
So you're kind of your own celebrity in a way now. And Fletcher, the fans want to know questions for you too, right?
The fans want to know.
That's right, they need to know.
I don't think about it that way because I've been doing this for 7 years, and a lot of these new guys that have started have only been doing this for a month or two, you know. But me, I've been doing this for 7 years, every single day through, you know, the good, the bad, when it's, you know, 110 degrees outside and I'm, you know, waiting in a hot car, waiting on someone to come out, you know, and I mean, I've been through, you know, good times, bad times. And so to me, it's just me doing my job. It doesn't to me, it doesn't feel any different.
Are more of the people though around you trying to get pictures with you as well when you're asking?
Yeah, which to me is like funny. I mean, to me, it's just totally funny because I mean, the thing is that if for being a paparazzi, you usually keep a low profile and you never want to become the story. You want to document the story, but you don't want to become the story. You know what I'm saying? So that, you know, that sometimes too, it can kind of blow my cover because if I'm trying to keep a low profile and then people start, oh, hey, what's that? And if I don't have my camera, no one will really say anything to me. But if I have my camera, which is pretty big, I have a lot of cameras, but they're pretty big and there's like multiple mounts on them and lights. And when people see me bring out the big, you know, equipment, then they start going, wait a minute, oh, I know that guy. And then if I start talking, then they'll be like, oh, I recognize your voice. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I can get my cover blown sometimes, but that's not the goal. You know what I'm saying? I don't post selfies and I don't dance on TikTok or any of that stuff.
Oh yeah. How did you start the Hollywood Fix? What were you doing before the Hollywood Fix?
I'm 38. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I used to, at the time, what I was doing when I first moved to LA was I was doing music production. I was doing okay, but wasn't really where I wanted to be. I used to live right down the street from Carucci at the time, who was dating Chris Brown. And so I would see Chris Brown, he has like a lot of different Lamborghinis, and I'd see him parked in front of her house, which I think he was paying for her to live there. And so I would just, I think one day I was driving by and I saw him out there. And so I just took some pictures. And then I was like, well, what should I do with these pictures? So I think I think it was TMZ, and they paid me $1,000 for them. And I was like, wow, okay, that was, you know, that worked out well. And so that's kind of how it started. And then I went and got a real camera and started learning how to work a real camera as opposed to just like an iPhone is what I have. You know what I mean?
What's up, Addison? I'm like a ghost lurking in the shadows.
I would run into celebrities a lot when I'd go on my lunch break, or I'd go out, you know, shopping, or just, you know, running errands around town. You know, like I'd be at a stoplight and then next to me in traffic would be like the drummer from Nirvana just sitting there like, you know, listening to music or something like that. And I just kept seeing all these people and I was like, well, what should I do with this? I didn't really know what to do. So I got some autographs when I would run into them. That's when I started, you know, getting into selling, media. That's kind of how, things switched over. Plus that, and getting bad carpal tunnel syndrome from being on a computer for, like 8 hours a day working on a computer, making music and stuff.
Walk us through a day in the life of Fletcher. You wake up, you check your phone. You probably don't get a day off, do you?
No, I work all day, all night. And when I wake up, it's all these people in my DMs. Oh, you got to find this person, ask them this, please go find this person, ask them this. I'll be asleep, and at 1 a.m, I'll get text of, oh my God, someone just showed up here. You got to race over here and get this. And I'm sitting there going, oh God, and I got to wake up and turn the light on and do it. And then, go out somewhere at 1 a.m. when it's freezing cold and try to find somebody to get, the media that I need to get. I only work, for the most part, West Hollywood, which is where I live, West Hollywood and Beverly Hills. That's kind of like my stomping ground or whatever, West Hollywood and Beverly Hills. So there's not that big. It's kind of a small area. And the thing is, I know a lot of people, I'm friends with a lot of people, and they'll, if you go out and you're shopping around Melrose, there'll be someone that I know, or just a random fan. Hey, I just see, Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio are out here walking around, or, hey, I'm on Rodeo and Justin Bieber's out here skateboarding on Rodeo. You know what I mean? And they might text me. Sometimes too, they post a lot and they'll say, hey, I'm at this restaurant, and they'll just want to be seen, and then sometimes it's a little bit of luck. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just bump into people by luck. So you just never know. I mean, I've been standing there talking to a friend, and then you look up and you'll see Kim Kardashian drive by, and you're like, oh crap, it's Kim. And then everybody runs to their car and takes off. You know what I mean? So it just all kind of depends on the situation.
That's kind of what I think we all, have seen from a distance of when there's paparazzi all around, everyone's covering up and everything like that. But now, with the rise of these TikTok stars, they're almost embracing the paparazzi now, and talking with you guys. They always say, hey Fletcher.
And the more mainstream ones now, the older ones, they used to be like that too when they first started. Like, there's old videos of Leonardo DiCaprio that they have, like the hard copy. That was an old show, and it says like hard copy, and he'll just stand there and talk to the pap, who has like a VHS tape recorder, and he's just standing there for like 10-15 minutes just talking to him, not doing anything at all. So the longer that you're in the industry, that can, your niceness or whatever, just your attitude towards things will change. But yeah, a lot of these new social media influencers are coming up, and I mean, they're ready to make a name for themselves. They're ready to, get their own career started. And it's almost like, I collect sports cards, and it's almost like they're, when you have someone's rookie card, or like their rookie year, they're new to the game, they got something to prove, they're ready to get out there and let themselves be known. So, that there's a new wave with when the TikTok app started. It's a lot of teenage fan base, because you have a lot of these people that, like say if you're in high school and you're at, you're sitting at the lunchroom and you hear, oh, so-and-so started dating them, or oh, this, or so-and-so's got this new shirt on or this new jacket. It's kind of like that. It's almost like high school drama, but put out on the internet for everybody to see, is kind of what it is.
So you've grown to become, friends in a way.
I love you.
Do you ever feel bad or guilty, like you're invading any of their privacy?
No, because the thing is that it's not like that. I mean, there's other people that do invade people's privacy, and like the thing is like, I'm not gonna go to your house. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna do stuff like that. But when people go places, there's a time and a place for everything, and there's a time and a place when people want to be seen. Like, say if you're in your nightgown and your hair tied up in a bun and you're going to check your mail, and you walk out in your front yard to check your mail and someone runs up on you, you're going to be like, oh God, you know what I mean? Or this or that. But when you're all dressed up, you're all out with your friends, and you're out at, Boa Steakhouse, and you keep posting on Instagram 50 times in a row, oh, I'm at Boa Steakhouse, and filming the food and all your friends, and, throwing back drinks. There's a time and a place. You know what I mean? I've always been on a good what do you call it, working relationship with them. And the thing is that if you piss people off, then they're not going to want to talk to you. They're not going to want to give you good sound bites. Not going to want to give you good pictures and stuff like that. So, you know, I like to keep things positive and good topics. And you know what I'm saying?
Have you seen a change? You know, I see you talking with Charlie and Dixie and Noah and Addison and all of those people. Have you seen a change in them from when they first started to now they're getting a little bit more big?
Yeah. I won't say any names, but there's some people that used to, you know, hey, I'm going here, I'm going there, and want to be seen. And now you see them and they cover and, oh no, leave me alone. And you know, this or that. So yeah, you know, people change. Also, for over the past year, I was the only paparazzi that would give these guys the time of day or that was shooting them at all. And all of the other paps, you know, laughed at me and joked at me. For me, you know, who are these, you know, oh, you're shooting these TikTokers, and they'd all laugh at me and like belittle me like I was crazy for shooting all of them. And now there's, you know, 15 to 20 guys that follow behind me and they steal all of my interviews. And when I go to say something, they shove their camera next to mine and they just record all of my content. And so a lot of it's changed, but yeah. And now, you know, if say Addison Rae leaves somewhere, you'll see guys run to their car and chase her like it's Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and that's what I grew up, or not what I grew up in, but that's what I learned in was the era of like the Kardashians.
Right, absolutely.
Whenever they would go out, you would see like 5 to 10 cars like chasing them through traffic and stuff. So, and the thing is that I've seen things peak and then they'll go back down. Like say in 2017, there was a huge peak of interest with Jake Paul and his group of friends called Team 10. And it was just, I mean, numbers shot through the roof and people were just obsessed with any breath of any air that anyone from Team 10 took. And you see a very sharp spike up and then it levels off and then it goes down and then things kind of get back to normal. You know what I mean? And there's been another sharp spike up with these TikTokers. But I know that after you can only see so many TikTokers going out to eat so many times before they'll be like, oh, okay. And then something new will come out.
Are you guys in lockdown now again, right?
Yes, unfortunately, yeah. Right now it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Normally I'd be out working. There'd be, you know, Dr. Phil's over here at Avra having lunch, and oh, Justin Bieber's over here at Il Posteo, and you got to start, which one's more important, you know what I mean? And then, oh, you know, Kylie's at Fred Siegel, and no, normally there'd be a lot of people out, and you got to pick and choose what you're getting, and you're running all over town like crazy trying to catch everybody. And right now, when you drive down Melrose Avenue, I mean, all the parking spaces are empty. When you go down Rodeo, there's like 2 or 3 people walking around, which should be flooded with people and Christmas music and, you know, people blasting music out of their car. So it's a lot has changed. In a way, I do like the break. It can be very mentally draining and mentally exhausting because, like, you know, like you were saying that you know, you have to be positive and upbeat and to constantly 24 hours just be like, oh my God, it's you. I am so excited that it's you. I just cannot handle my excitement that I've seen. You know, sometimes it gets exhausting. Sometimes you're just like, it's you again, great.
So you can make a pretty good living off of doing that too. Does like the price range on the pictures of who you're taking the photo of, who you're selling them to?
Really, it all depends on the social media influencers don't sell to mainstream media. That if anyone wants to talk about them, they just pull a picture off of their Instagram. You know what I mean? There's a million selfies on there. They're not going to buy media of them unless it's something really crazy that you get that's exclusive. So somebody walking from door A to door B is not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? But if, you know, during that walk from door A to door B, something happens, or, you know, or if they're wearing something crazy, or if they meet up with someone, or, you know, kiss someone, or, you know, something like that.
Charlie,
you guys are so nice.
If you're not with Chase anymore, do you have like another TikTok crush?
I think I'm ready to just be independent and on my own.
Yeah. Okay, all right, well, there's nothing wrong with that.
It can be from 25, 50 cents to hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's a very big scope of what it can be.
Have you ever caught yourself being like starstruck by anyone in particular?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that I'm trying to think a lot of the bigger people that you don't see that much, like Leonardo DiCaprio, when you see him, he usually covers up a lot. So you don't, he's hard to get good media out of. I mean, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, I always like Ben Affleck. He's a really cool guy. Every time I've seen him in person, he's just super cool, super chill. Running into like Gucci Mane, you don't see him every day because he lives on the East Coast. Some of the different people like I like Jennifer Aniston. She doesn't come out a lot, so people like that, some of the bigger ones, and then the Kardashians always have some crazy cars, some crazy outfit on, you know what I mean? So stuff like that. The rarer people are the ones that I like, more. Those are the ones I get more starstruck over. But yeah, I do. It's cool to see, your favorite stars and celebrities. Absolutely.
Maybe the TikTokers that you talk with every day. Anything else you want them to kind of know about you, or just your relationship that you've built with them over this past year?
No, there's not. I mean, I do my job, and then I'm a very just chill private person, and I just hang out and I'm very low key on my own. I mean, I don't do a whole lot of crazy stuff. I mean, they're all really great people. They're all, really nice, people you say like, you got a good head on your shoulders. They all have good heads on their shoulders. And I mean, once we get past this, I think that you'll see that they won't be called TikTokers anymore. It'll be, singer or, actor, or, they'll start up a business or start something else. As of now, the content that they've been doing and the things they've been doing, they've made a great, progression in life and are doing phenomenal. I mean, a lot of these guys are out here. I mean, they're millionaires, you know what I mean? So, congratulations to everybody doing their thing. And, that I just think once we get past this virus and everyone is, safe, then that's when I think we're going to start to see a lot of new things coming out and them doing a lot of different new stuff.
We always hear you talking about your girlfriend, cars, all those kinds of things. How does she handle with you always being out?
Well, she's pretty good. I mean, she knows when I've got to, like, what they say, get the bag. So she knows when I've got to go to work and go do something.
Do you have your dream car? What is your car?
No. I drive a big, like, lifted monster truck, kind of like Ram Rebel right now. But I don't know what came over me, but I've just got bit by this bug that I'm obsessed with. I want a 1970 Plymouth Superbird. And this is like pretty much like the most inefficient car you could get. Like, it's just like an old hot rod, and it's huge. And in LA, parking is really hard to get. And I don't know why, but just out of nowhere, I just became obsessed with this car. But that's what I want. So so that's what I'm trying to get next. So if you know anybody who's got a good deal on one, hit me up.
All right, cool. We'll put that shout out there. All right, one last thing for you. Is there any way you could pull up your phone, check your DMs right now, and see if you got any hot tips?
Well, right now, I mean, let's see. I mean, as of right now, okay, well, we do have, okay, I've got a fan is telling me that the James Charles paparazzi video I did with him, that he posted it, that's on his channel now. Supposedly Lorray cheated on somebody. Lil Yachty mentioned Bryce Hall in his new song. They're telling me Bryce Hall has changed his name to Big Boat. This is what I mean. They're just, you got to know this. Sometimes it gets overwhelming. And when there's, they spam my DMs a lot. And then sometimes too, people will lie. They'll just make something up to see if I'll say it. You know what I mean? So, when I'm at home and I'm doing my own personal stuff, I'm completely disconnected from all that. I'm not concerned what people are doing, or, I couldn't care less. But when I'm, mentally getting ready and I'm, starting up the vehicle and I got, all my cameras and gear locked and loaded, you got to be prepared, because it's not just, if you just see someone, going from here to there, that's not much. You've got to make something out of it. You've got to get, if you've got someone there and got their attention, you've got to ask the question that, that people want to know.
Good deal. Well, you enjoy this time, get some mental rest, Well deserved.
Well, thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate your time.
Woo! Well, there you have it. There's the tea with the man behind the camera, Fletcher from the Hollywood Fix. Fletcher, thank you so much for joining us. And everyone, don't forget to head on over to his YouTube page, The Hollywood Fix. Check out all of his videos if you haven't already. I know he's pulling some archive right now, like he mentioned. So those might be some that you haven't seen just yet. And if you have any ideas of who I should talk with next, or if anyone watching wants to talk with me next, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.